Hello, I'm Xray and welcome back to the video. Today I want to share something pretty amazing with you all because it is a way to do an Xray glitch on the Xbox 360/PS3. And this isn't your ordinary Xray glitch where you can see through any patch of open air. It's an Xray glitch akin to the way that when you load into a world with friends and sometimes the world is loading slowly, you can see through the world and you can see if there are diamonds down there, you can see if there are caves, you can see everything because your world is kind of cut open, and that's a thing you can do in the 360/PS3 if you go through your world fast enough. And that's something I'll be showing you how to do in today's video. Hopefully you all do enjoy it. So yeah, we'll just be going in with Xray and Xray because why not fun? Let's go straight into a world. Let's show you how to do this. Hopefully you do enjoy the video. Like if you do like it because it helps out the channel up. Let's know you do enjoy these sorts of glitches, want to see more of them on the channel, and that you kind of like that because again, it's been a really long time since I covered a glitch. This is more kind of like a technical limitation. It's like breaking Minecraft to cause a glitch, but you know, maybe you like it because of the glitch thing anyway. So yeah, this is also something I ran across on Seed Sunday. Bear in mind, in those videos, I was actually, I was just running around the world normally and I experienced this. So if you're doing this in particular, on some worlds you'll get this extreme cut through the world where you can see so much you're not meant to, and you can use that to your advantage to see, again, diamonds, you can see caves, but you can see more than you can of a normal Xray glitch, which makes it more powerful, even though it has the kind of downside of being a little bit harder to pull off. So again, it's going to require some steps to do, but you get more of a payoff if you do it. I think that's a worthwhile trade-off, and let's show you why that is. So let's load into our seed, let's see what it looks like, and yeah, this is, by the way, it's a lot easier on seeds which have a wooden mansion, because when you have a wooden mansion load for the first time, it takes a lot of your 360's power away, because most of this hinders on the fact that the 360 is a fairly old console. It only has so much, it has limited processing power, and when it's using that limited processing power, one, you can see Xray right through the spawn here. When it's using that limited processing power, it allows you to see stuff that it normally wouldn't want you to see. So yeah, the first thing you're going to want to do is, well, I guess we have a map. Let's open that map and let's, as you can see, let's put it out right now and let's put it in our offhand so you can see our coordinates at any given time. If you want to repeat this exact same thing on this exact same map, then you want to grab yourself a night vision potion and a speed 2 potion. So speed 2 is just kind of like helping it the next level. You don't need it, but it helps out a lot. And night vision is so we can see a little bit better through the world. It just makes things look nicer as well. Also, one more thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and we'll grab ourselves the elytra wings, because elytra wings allow you to fly faster than you can in normal, because this is normal flying, and if this is us flying with the elytra, as you can see, if you do it just right, you can fly absurdly fast. So yeah, basically what we're going to be trying to do now is we're going to try faster than the render distance. Because you can see right now, we've got like an 8 render distance in every direction, but it fills out the corners last, because it's always trying to make sure you have 8 chunks of render distance, but if you're going too fast for the game to render, it'll load in the chunks in front of you first, and then kind of fill out the rest until you have a square of chunks. As you can see right here, most of the chunks are C, but they do still exist, and basically the thing that we're trying to do now is we're trying to get the game into a state where we're going faster than the game can even load chunks in front of me. So if I go really fast this way with speed 2, you're seeing how it's basically happening already. We're going to the point where only like 1 or 2 or sometimes 3 chunks can load up. And then, by the way, look, you can see an artifact from a previous world, but you can kind of see how like that's happening already. And that means we can see through the previous world just by going like that, because we can see right through the previous world. And the game usually tries to fix this. It usually tries to, fill in the chunks between where you are and where there's a gap, but that still means you can see right through something. You can see if there's any caves. There aren't any in this case, so we're like getting kind of lucky there. But you can see right through the world, and you can see right through to the caves, which is impressive. But right now, you're only seeing it go to a couple of layers down. That's only like 8 blocks below the surface. That's not quite the Xray you necessarily want. And because you have being creative, it's like, well, I mean, that's a lot of steps to go through, slightly less than a normal Xray glitch. So that's why you need to, do this a lot, or you need to find yourself a. Also, look, you can see, by the way, let me just quickly mention, there's artifacts from a previous world. I just had a super flat world up, so you can see there's like my old buildings over there, and there's my grass below it, because the world doesn't know the difference between your old world and this one. Fun fact, you can use these artifacts to make mirages appear if you really want to. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's show you me going at hyperspeed now, and hopefully finding a wooden mansion. I'm sure somewhere on the seed there will be a wooden mansion, and we can use that to prove our point the most ridiculous way. So we're going to just fly as fast as we humanly can in circles, showing that, again, this does keep on working, and then we're just going to fly in one direction with the most speed we can manage. So as you can see, we're just about going in front of the render distance every now and then, but it's like really having a problem keeping up. And if we do this enough times and we go in, actually, wait, we found a wooden mansion. So once you have the wooden mansion, you can definitely use this to your full advantage, because the wooden mansion takes up so much of the processing power that chunks can load in and you can see right down them. So actually, this one loaded in a lot faster than normal, but you can see how just us doing that has caused us to see right through the wooden mansion. And here it is. It just appears all of a sudden, actually. So yeah, sometimes that causes holes to appear, and you can see it's still not loaded on this side. we could see right through the wall dimension right there, which is impressive in its own little way. And it looks like, again, there's still to the that was the loading of the chunk. Usually it goes a lot better than that, but at the very least we found like the weirdest wall dimension spawn in the world, right? Like where it's loading in by bits like around me, like I just spawned within this thing. So yeah, that's, as you can see in this case, the game prioritized the chunks I was on over the wall dimension. But usually when you have two things trying to render at once, it always prioritizes the structure, wrongly so, and it means you can do stuff like this. So as you can see, I'm seeing right through the world right now. I can see there's lava down there. There's a lava pit just below that forest. If I keep going this way, you can see how the game has just loaded in all of the details down there, and that means you can see right down to, oh, there's a cave over there as well. If we go this way, which we'll do, and we'll fly at double speed too. If we go this way back to where there's like a village, or back to the first mention, you'll see how we'll be able to see right below the surface to like fairly deep down stuff too, and we can use this to our advantage to see where caves are that you shouldn't be able to see, and you can do this in multiplayer worlds to the next level effect. Again, bear in mind, this is working in solo. This is just my console's performance. If you add your console plus network performance, you can do this on crazy levels, and you can see through worlds like that. So, have you ever wanted to find all the diamonds in your world through an easier way? Then you can do that, and all you have to do is have people in your world, or if you can outrun your render distance, which I'm just about doing if I really try here, then you can do it that way too. However, again, you can see this world's a little bit better performing. If you want to make this even crazier though, make sure you pick a world with lots of mountains, make sure you pick a world with lots of extreme hills, and then you'll be able to see through your world. So again, this might be like a slightly questionable shop. You might be like, Toy Cat, this world looks like it has lots of stuff, and you're only seeing through like little bits for a few seconds at a time. How do you see through much more? So to prove this is, also by the way, you can see the higher up I'm getting, like I'm seeing a little bit more at the same time. But yeah, you can still see that like I'm seeing through lots of chunks at the same time. I haven't found anything too great besides like there was a lot of coal down there, I think, but it is still allowing me to see through the world because the console isn't keeping up that performance. But let me back out this now. Let me go to that super flat world I was just talking about. So we'll save the game in case you want to come back here, and let me show you on a super flat world that this can work even with super flat if you slow down your game more. So yeah, if we wanted to make that happen again, we just had to load up the world and it would do the same thing, because you might think like once you've gone over a world once you can't do it again, but every time you load up the world, I think it's like the cache clears and you lose like those chunks. They're somewhere in there, like you can see the artifact. But every time you load up your world, it does have to reload them, so you can try it again. If you want to find a specific point below ground, you can keep X-raying it that way, but it will even work on a a super flat world. So this is the world with the least information to Minecraft to load. It literally just has to load, there is 3 blocks of dirt, 1 block of bedrock. It's the simplest world for Minecraft to load, but because this is a world I've had for so long, because it has so many lag factors, there's mobs, there's this, and again, this is just solo. This is me by myself. This is before we consider connection, which was already OP enough to like, again, if you get a bad connection on, you can already see through their world, but bear in mind that if we do this again by ourselves, if just a super flat world, we're turning down the settings even more, we can see through even more of the world. At least I hope so. It'd be funny if like it proved me wrong, we didn't hit. But yeah, let me show you right now if we can activate our elytra properly. So again, activating stuff like elytras is nearly impossible in this world because it's so laggy. But here we go, we're doing it just fine. You can see how running along super flat, which by the way, this is pure super flat, just the purest you can find. You can see how we're like going above the void already. And once you're above the void, you can like fly down infinitely, by the way. So we can just do that all over. And you can see how we're like above the void already, and we can see below the world. If we come into anything that we recognize over here, which we should do fairly soon, we're going to be able to see below it, because again, the world is only able to load the chunk exactly where I am at that second, because it's behind me, not in front of me. And again, this is what you're trying to do here. You're just trying to get the world to be behind, not in front. And now we can X-ray through the entire world. We can only tell that there's grass there. Like, I'm proving that there's grass there, I guess. But you can still see through the entire world at once. And that's one of the powerful things you can do with elytras, because they go, using elytras, you can go about 40 to 48 meters a second. A little bit faster with speed too, I think. But you can go these absurd meters a second, which the game is not designed to handle. And especially when the game is slightly laggy, even in the most basic of worlds, it's not designed to handle. And that's why this causes this issue. So I hope you did all enjoy this video. Hope you learned something about how the world renders and how you can use that to your advantage for X-rays. Hopefully you can use this glitch also to find some diamonds. Let me know if that's your thing, because I know lots of people like, their favorite thing in Minecraft, like it's just like glitching out. They just want to find stuff for free, and if that's you, I don't understand you, but here is an Xray glitch you can use, technically in survival, but mostly for creative, to see through your world. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Like if you liked it, share if you liked it, subscribe if you're around here, and make sure you turn on notifications. Again, the reason I'm saying this in the video, it's not like some evil trick, because I don't get paid when you notify, and in like 5 years I'm sure YouTube will change notifications. But right now, YouTube decides what you want to watch, and if you don't want to miss these videos and you really want to guarantee you see them, and rather than like, oh yeah, YouTube decided that like, TU58 news wasn't a big enough deal for you, then the best way is to turn notifications on either of your phone, where you'll get notifications to your phone if I'm not mistaken. If you turn it on your PC, you can get emails every time I upload, so you can guarantee you at least know when I've uploaded, and that's all I ask for. You don't have to watch every video, but you have to know when the ones are uploaded, so you can know what you missed and what you didn't miss. So with that said, thank you very much for watching. I hope you do all decide to do that, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.